This video is brought to you by BetUS Sportsbook and Casino.
What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Things look a little bit up if you were watching the Raiders game, but let's tamp down the expectations because the Raiders are a bad team, even though they were playing their starters. And let me say shout out to a lot of people that have not been around but are beginning to come back around. I see Queen Bella was here well before the stream was up in here. Shout out to Queen Bella. Don't know if you're still there, but we miss you, Queen. Queen, I got my raid up here ready for you, ready for all of the Eagle fans that are around. And Holly Pierce also back. Two of the lovely ladies in the place with the style and the grace. So I want to, of course, a shout out to Tyson Kemp, who was one of the early ones in here, along with Troy Daniels. Troy, what the hell was going on with I see Drew has just lost his damn mind over there.
Yeah,
crazy.
I kind of jumped out just before they started that to join your chat.
That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, very crazy.
You know, Drew is very passionate about his Eagles, and you know what? I think, okay, they were having a conversation about, at least he was going off about the change of coordinators. That we won't be able, we'll struggle because we got Mike Zimmer as a coordinator. Much like we've said, they'll struggle with, having two new coordinators there, which is it is a thing. It is a thing. But we changed coordinators last year from Kellen Moore to Mike McCarthy, and how did that work out?
Didn't work.
Worked out pretty good, didn't it?
Did not work.
Worked out great.
Yeah, it worked. From
out good.
Kellen Moore to Dak Prescott, runner-up MVP. Because the thing is they didn't scrap everything that we did. Mike McCarthy looked and said, here's things that we do that are really good. We're going to change about 30% of the things. Instead of us going through and doing as many of the multiple routes and things, we're going to simplify things. We're going to go ahead and take the things that we did that are good, and we're going to try and speed them up. Okay? We're going to be throwing to a spot. We're going to get the ball out of Dak Prescott's hands so he doesn't get hit. So it wasn't that they took and decided, we're just doing a whole new defense. And here's where I will say there's a difference from what Drew was saying, is when you think about the Cowboys holding on to Al Harris, who I think is the most underrated assistant coach in the NFL, because it doesn't seem to matter who is out there as a D-back, they're becoming takeaway machines. You know what I mean? And already, and again, it's only 2 preseason games, so it's still kind of early. You still see the aggressive nature of the defense that we had last year. But the thing I see is our pass rushers are bigger, they're more physical, and they're taking care of gaps. So it's not exactly a brand new defense. It's taking the things that we did good and working on the things that we were weak on. Any thoughts?
It makes me wonder with Kellen over in Philly how much he's going to, be similar to what he did here in Dallas. I really am curious to see.
Well, we'll see. Up there's Lola. What's up, Miss Hot Sauce and Lady Libra in the house? Shout out to everybody who's joining us. I'm still a little sleepy from yesterday.
Yeah, that did go a little late last night. I turned it off just before halftime because it was, so late and I was so sleepy. I was like, my meds are kicking in. Time to go to bed.
Oh, shit.
But I didn't get to see the second half, but I heard that Aubrey, wow.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy. 66 yards.
66.
I was like, and the thing was about it, it wasn't that it just snuck in. It hit the net.
It would have been good from 72.
That was insane. It's just like, I don't know what he's got in his foot, But that shit is crazy.
I want to eat what he's eating.
Yeah. Tyson Kemp, how are you doing, man? It's been a while since we've seen you, man. How's life been treating you?
Man, I've been good. Only reason why I've been out is because my mom's been occupying my time on Sundays. She like to go play bingo. So
okay.
Now it's time to sneak on. There you go.
Nothing wrong
with
taking care of
I've been taking her to bingo, man. So, but I got the day off this time.
That's cool. Well, glad you're here and all that. It's football season. Kiwana Gibson, shout out to Kiwana. Look, everybody's coming back around now. Shout out to the lovely ladies. What's your thoughts on the Cowboys? Okay, now Jerry Jones. I missed this last night because it was tweeted out by John Machado about 9:45 that Jerry Jones kind of said that basically they're not done as far as the defensive line goes. Now, some people took that as, well, they're not happy with Mozzie Smith. And I'll counter that by saying when the 49ers signed Hargrave, were they saying they weren't happy with Eric Armstead? When they signed
didn't
Chase
Ari
Young,
go somewhere else?
Well, when they brought in Chase Young and Randy Gregory, were they saying they weren't happy with Nick Bosa? No, they were trying to get more people that are playmakers on the line.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I don't look at this and say Mozzie Smith is going to be the only guy that we're going to have on the defensive line. I would like to have plenty of guys so we can continually rotate in and keep them fresh, and big guys and stuff in there.
That's the best way to do it.
Jeff
keep your defense fresh and not risk the injury.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I never seen anybody have problems with reinforcements.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So some of the Cowboy fans, they puzzle me with some of their thought processes. You know what I'm saying? I'll never be mad at bringing in reinforcements, ever. And I would never discount another player just because reinforcements were being brought in.
Right.
I welcome it.
I welcome the competition because what I saw, again, I'm sitting here at my desk and the TV is across the room, so I'm watching the game that's up there. And so with my old eyes, I'm kind of squinting to see the down and distance and stuff on it. And so seeing that and trying to carry on a conversation and seeing all the stuff that's going on here, I can't get all of the subtleties of all the plays and stuff in there. But as I'm going through and looking at some of the recap, when I saw what Tyler Guyton, Brian Boldinger put it on there, this was granted, he had the angle on him and, of course, the leverage, but he took the defensive end and literally threw him about 4 yards across the field and then proceeded to go hit him a second time to knock him down a second time. And, looking at that, I was like, ooh. And looking at Cooper Beebe, now Cooper Beebe also blocked for for Deuce Vaughn. And I saw his dad had tweeted a picture of his son, Cooper, standing up, the defensive tackle, and Deuce Vaughn cutting off his ass and stuff. And all of a sudden you look at this, you look at those two guys and you're looking saying, okay, they could be ballers. And how crazy is it if it ends up being that those two guys are starters, that we took the number one pick, traded back and got Guyton, and then picked up with the extra pick, Cooper Beebe. That would be insane that we got two starters with one first-round pick.
That would be one of the best offensive line rebuilds maybe ever.
Yeah. So, my question for you guys is this. As much as we don't want to give credit to the Joneses and things, when we look here and we say, okay, Tyler Guyton looks like he could replace Tyron Smith. There's going to be some setbacks, of course, in there. Cooper Beebe looks like he can replace Biotish, right? Our running game, running back by committee, last night we were going against the Raiders number ones, but the Raiders aren't a good team. But everybody was able to run behind this line. So maybe the running back room isn't as bad as we think it is with a good offensive line. Linebacker core-wise, we've completely rebuilt that. And I don't think we're any worse on the defensive line. So are we taking a step back? Are we, like Dan Orlovsky says, about the 8th best team, talent-wise, in the NFC?
I don't think so. I think, looking
No.
at it, overall, from, just looking at things, the way things are going, the way things are hopefully gelling, that they will be one of the top teams in the NFL. Right now, it's just trying to make that mold become harder so that you can put that product onto the field, make it transfer to the field, and become better than what you are right now.
Amen on that one. And being able to get over the hump. Now, you're going to be able to beat a lot of the regular teams. The question is, do we run out of gas when it comes to playoffs? And I see we got Walker Wade in the house, and we got Ginger. Oh, my God. I am so blessed. Ginger is one of the nicest people out there. Even though she's a Seahawks fan, she is a plethora of knowledge. And it's nice to have, and this is the thing I love is, except with Eagle fans, you can't get anything with Drew. Drew is just kind of cray-cray.
I'm fighting with Eagles fans on Brian's channel.
Oh, my God, man. It got ugly there, man. I turned it on. I was like, damn. I thought Drew is back to where he was before. But it's nice getting Ginger because Ginger can give you.
Fans, this is how it is when you talk to Eagles fans in the wild. They all argue and say the wild sucks.
He belongs out in the jungle or something. Oh, my God. So the question is should the Cowboys have gone out to sign a whole lot of other talent in free agency? Or were they kind of right to say it's okay to let go some of the players, to let go Tyron Smith, who is old and expensive, and draft this guy? Was it okay to let go Biotish and say,
looking at it,
coming?
I think they were smart about it. Let those guys walk, see what they can do. Not a lot of people go from a success overnight to keep that up. We'll see how those guys do in Washington and other places, wherever they went. But I think Dallas, and I was saying this to Brian earlier, I think this is allowing them to bring in a piece at a time to try and get that mold to harden even more. So you want to take that, build on that, see what's available, see what's left out there, and maybe bring in a piece or two more. Like everybody's been saying, next week is probably cut down after next weekend's, games. Probably a week from Monday is when the cuts will be announced, give or take.
Yep. The Monday after, a week from
tomorrow
or Tuesday, one or the other. But yeah,
it's either tomorrow or Tuesday.
I think it's the 20th.
Yeah.
But you're going to look and see what other teams are letting go. And then you could say, okay, well, we watched the tape on them this preseason. Maybe bring them in for a tryout, see how they're going to gel with us. Maybe there's a veteran out there that can help out, that's let go. Bring them in. If you need to plug up the middle, like everybody's saying that, we still have to plug out the middle. We need DTs. And I think we're getting to the point where we're okay now with defensive tackle. It's just now getting the guys to mold together, come up on the same page, and react together. The chemistry has to be there. I mean, you look at the team of the 90s at D tackle. We had some good ones. And boy, they were all on those same pages. In fact, I think Wade was saying it on Brian's channel. Once Aikman, Irvin, and Smith said, hey, we're going to take this and run with it. We need somebody to do that now. Not just Dak, not just maybe an occasional CD. It's got to be Dak. It's got to be CD. It's got to be Micah. Maybe somebody else that says, hey, let's, we've got to take this by the horns and let's get this going.
Yeah. But, the thing with the 90s, though, team, I have to look and have to say, think about it. Name a weak spot on that team. Name a weak spot that we had during the 90s.
Didn't have one.
Yeah.
Thank you. There you go. That was it exactly. Last year, our weak spot was defensive line, linebackers, and running game. And actually, after CD, you could kind of say you really didn't have a number 3 receiver, and you had a tight end that was emerging. So we had a lot of holes in comparison to what we had back in the 90s. But you feel you don't have the big names and things out there, but it feels like they've kind of addressed the pieces, at least improving them. I think Mozzie's going to be pretty good this year. From what I've seen, he's got the right.
I was going to say, Mark, the reason why the early '90s Cowboys, '92, '93 Cowboys, were so stacked is because Jimmy made more trades than any team in the NFL, and there was no salary cap. Jimmy literally stacked that roster like you can't do that no more. You can't do that. And if you saw when Jimmy left, the drafting got terrible, and the team slowly fell apart.
Yeah, agreed. I agree with that 100%. They weren't able to replace him. Now, last night, Jerry Jones did say that they're not done on the defensive line and things, and he's basically saying that teams are, evaluating guys they have. We do have the extra picks in there. Basically, we swapped 6- and 7-round picks for Jordan Phillips to bring him in here. Who's to say that maybe they don't do a couple of things like that again? The fact that he's actually saying the defensive line, I'm kind of surprised that he's actually talking about the defensive line, because to me, the offensive defensive line is where you win games. It's when you win championships. You have to have it, and we have not had that defensive line that you need. That's a championship defensive line since, the last great defensive lineman I could say is maybe Jay Ratcliffe.
Hey, Mark, did I win the drawing last night?
You did, man. Right here, I have a football.
I think I heard that.
It's signed by, oh, jeez. Shit, what's his name? Linebacker, 55, Willie Johnson. And, 18, other linebacker. God damn, I'm having brain farts.
Is that Damone Clark, 18?
Damone Clark, yeah, jeez. Yeah, Damone Clark and Willie Johnson? No, Willie. What is Willie's last? Oh, jeez. I'm really getting old, guys. 55. Willie, shit. Anyway, you won last night there, okay? Along with, so I got to get that to you. I think I have your address. Bobby Beninsky ended up winning a shirt, and Norlena Davies won a plaque. Okay, so are we feeling better or worse about the Cowboys? And if you were
GM, they're going to be a solid team this year.
Yeah,
a little better.
I didn't have any
a little
doubts.
better. I feel.
Feeling better.
A little better. Yeah.
I'm feeling confident.
You're feeling confident?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't think the defense is going to be pushed around this year.
That's my thing. I think completely.
You've got Mike Zimmer in there. He's not going to put up with crap. No way, no how.
No, and I think he's going to hold him accountable. Willie Harvey. Shit, that's it. It just hit me. Sorry. Yeah. Willie Harvey.
Yeah, he'll use Micah Parsons right. He's not just going to rush him endlessly and wear him out either, I don't think.
That was the problem last year with the defense. No accountability.
Well, see, what I think they're going to do, at least this is my thought, is they don't want him to be a stationary target at defensive end all the time. That's not to say he's not going to play there. I think what they want to use him with is that you're going to put him all over the place so they won't know where it's coming from. If you got a quarterback, when he comes to the line of scrimmage, his first thing is, where's Micah at? It's going to make it that much more trouble for him, especially if you can get yourself capable edge rushing. And that, I think, is going to be the key. what I'm seeing too, that I didn't see 2 years ago with Dan Quinn, everything was about that first step in getting into the gap and getting upfield. And if you know that the players we have, the Dante Fowlers, with the exception of Hankins, most of the guys, the Dorrance Armstrongs, were smaller guys. You know, your defensive ends that were like, 255 and things like that. Your defensive tackles that were like 280s. And them, of course, wanting Mozzie to be down, like the 290. Mozzie looks good at about 310, I think they say he is. He's basically now, and this is where people are saying, oh, well, they went out and they got Phillips because they don't believe in Mozzie. No, that's not what it is. They're going to be a 3-4 and they're going to be a 4-3, depending on what they need to do and the type of teams they face. They're going to end up using Phillips as a 1 technique, and they are really making Mozzie a 3 technique that also plays the 1. But seeing how they're teaching them, Mozzie is out there half hour, 45 minutes before practice, and they literally have him at the goalpost on his knees, just using the handwork, just using and hitting, getting used to getting his hands on the body and doing quick swim and club moves to be able to get them to be able to get into that gap and keep those shoulders square and be controlled, so that way they're not giving up the big runs like we did last year. If we can stop the runs, and you can see that the secondary is still going to be aggressive, I think that this defense has the potential to be better. Contrary to what Drew said there, Wade, you and him are really getting into it, man. You guys are like water and oil. I guess he's not listening to me. Wade.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I said you
said I was arguing with Drew or
with
what?
Drew, man. That shit was getting deep in there. So he was trying to beat you down that because we changed to Mike Zimmer that our defense is going to be trash. Did I get that right?
Yeah. Like, he basically was like, teams that switch, how come it's the Cowboys switch coordinators and they're not going to be bad, but when every other team switches coordinators, they're going to be terrible.
My response to that was we changed offensive coordinators last year from Kellen Moore to Mike McCarthy, and we were better, as opposed to the Eagles changing 2 coordinators, and they were awful. And my response to that is Mike McCarthy didn't scrap everything about the offense. He scrapped things that weren't working well and changed some things or tweaked things to speed them up, to get rid of combination routes, which ended up accentuating and getting better. I think Mike Zimmer, who has been a 3-4 and a 4-3 guy, depending on his personnel, is understanding I have to take what I have here and supplement it. And it's not wholesale changes. I will say our defensive line and our defensive front has gotten bigger and more physical.
That's in my argument to him was Mike Zimmer's already been a part of our franchise. He has a Super Bowl with the Cowboys, and I think overall, I like Dan Quinn, but Zimmer is a overall better defensive coordinator.
Exactly.
Than Dan Quinn.
And I have to say, just the fact that we actually have linebackers is going to make our defense better. Let's be clear here. We did not have linebackers going down the stretch here. Okay, when you got safeties playing linebackers, it's not going to work. Ginger, how are you doing there, girl? We got to get Ginger in here and get Ginger's thoughts. Ginger, how you doing?
Good. I'm doing great. I've been gone, so I've been busy, so I haven't really been on these call-in.
Well, last week we really didn't have. Did we have one last week? No, we didn't have one last week.
It was Saturday, but you were in. I
was in Oxnard. Yeah. So it's kind of hard to get stuff done there.
Doing other stuff, so yeah. I feel like I've been watching your guys' the Cowboys more than Seattle.
I was going to ask you, how are the Seattle Seahawks looking?
I haven't been able to see their games on NFL Network, so I've been having to watch the one content creator guy do like his summary because I'm not sitting through 5 hours of commentary. So our rookies are looking as advertised. The first game against the Chargers went well. Byron Murphy did great. Sam Howell is really hot and cold. There's times where he's lighting it up, and then there's last night's game he was not doing well. Same with PJ Walker, who's like our third string guy. They were trying to get him to throw so much, and I'm just like, just let him run, just because that's where it was going at that point when I was looking at the highlights. It was just kind of like a sloppy mixed bag on both sides for both teams. But yeah, so that's kind of like the Reader's Digest of how we're doing. I'm concerned about our kicker, Jason Myers. He keeps missing field goals, and we paid him so much. So that's probably the most concerning as far as on our side. But so far, it's okay. I mean, our rookies are doing well. I guess it looked like Tyrese Knight did really well. The linebacker we got in the fourth round, I think, did well. Secondary was kind of hot and cold because we have pretty much third string towards the end of last night's game. So it's all vanilla really. They're not really showing too much. Not
nobody shows too much right now.
Yeah. So it's just really vanilla. Our wide receivers are doing their job. They're pretty solid. We're pretty stacked, and our running backs are doing their job, and we have a good running back by committee going on. So, but as far as you guys, I've been watching your guys on the Sling TV app that I have, and I think your defense, you guys should be good about their improvement, especially with Aaron Kendricks. He's good. I don't know why people are dogging him out because of his age. I mean, they've always been good, and then you got Zimmer, and you have their relationship. So that should be very helpful since you guys literally ran out of linebackers last year. You had little safeties try to cover, and that's not going to work. I watched that game, the Green Bay game.
Hey, Ginger, y'all need a kicker?
Don't we need a kicker?
Yeah, we might need a kicker.
What trade you ours for 2 first-round draft picks?
No, we won't.
Okay.
No, we won't. Hell, you got a guy hitting 66 yarders. No, we ain't.
They said it would have been good from 72.
It hit the damn net, man.
Well, one thing I'm curious about.
Talk to John Snyder.
Okay, she turned it off.
Yeah. So, okay. What you got, Julian?
I was actually going to ask Ginger, because I'm actually curious, for who's the wide receiver 2 there in Seattle? Is it Lockett or JSN?
I'm going to say JSN because it's funny because watching Mike McDonald, he's not too quick to give praise to really any one player at this time. He has been kind of hinting that he loves Devin Witherspoon, the cornerback, and he's had some good remarks about JSN. So I'm going to say JSN, but we will see. We have a stacked wide receiver room. But as far as number one, I think it's kind of just between the two with DK and Tyler. Even though Tyler's getting a little bit older, which I can't really tell because he doesn't even look like he's. I just saw that he was 31, and I'm like, how? But I'm not for a while. So, but he's still fast, but
time flies.
DK's still the big body on the field, so it's like. But I think JSN is our number 2, as far as now.
Yeah.
Drew is in the chat talking in third person.
Oh, Drew, man.
Oh God.
Is he in our chat now?
He's in everybody's chat.
Oh,
he keeps saying Jalen's better than Dak, and it keeps making me want to puke.
Okay.
Quit making me dizzy, dang it.
Drew speaks to hear himself talk. I love that, Holly. Wow. Drew is fired up. He's it's like, put him in, coach. He's ready to play for the Eagles right now and help them out. I just think I maybe I'm in the minority here, but I still think that the Eagles are coming back down to earth, man. I think they're continuing where they left off last year.
I agree.
After reviewing that game, I was very impressed with Guyton, Brock Hoffman, and Cooper Beebe.
Our offensive line may be improved.
I think so. Yeah. Just looking at it. I mean, it is preseason, but, I was very impressed. And that linebacker we got in that draft. I can't pronounce his name right, Latufu or whatever. I don't know, maybe jackass, but no, he played really good too. He was everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, our defense has not given up a touchdown. Now, again, it's just preseason, so, the key on it is get in, get some work done, and hopefully get out uninjured. Trey Lance. Guys, thoughts on that one? Are we ready to open up the quarterback controversy yet?
Trade him to Minnesota.
No, I'm ready to open up trade talks. I hope he balls out.
I'm wondering if Minnesota's desperate enough.
Well, here's what I will say is, first half he's still got to work on the ball placement. He is still very raw and still has a ways to go. But with having the offensive line, let's be clear here. Our offensive line played great last night, and the running game definitely benefited from it. We ran the ball better last night than we did at any point really last year. And having that helps, being balanced as an offense. Now, Trey, of course, adds another dimension with his legs and using them quite a bit. Still leaves a bit to be desired on some of his passes, but he has flashes that look good. And I'm sitting here in my mind looking at, and I didn't see the whole Giants game. I just saw the lowlights of Daniel Jones, who's getting $40 million a year, and say, Trey Lance right now, I'd take Trey Lance over Daniel Jones.
He has a hell of an arm, man.
For sure.
He has a heck of an arm. It's just his accuracy and ball placement is just not there yet.
Yeah.
And the more work he gets, the better he's going to be. It's just, with our team the way it's going right now, I don't think another project's going to help us much.
Yeah, and again, now the quarterback controversy I'll say is, does he move up to second string? And the thing I worry about is Cooper Rush had 3 passes yesterday and 1 series the game before.
Give him a little more work.
Yeah, are we doing him a disservice by not getting him work in preseason just in case?
Possibly. Be nice to see him get maybe half the in the next game here, like probably the first or second quarter, then Lance the third and fourth. Be nice to see him get a little bit more work.
Unless they've already anointed Cooper as the number 2.
That's true.
First of all, Drew, the rules of Fight Club here. We are Cowboy fans, okay? We hate the Eagles. If you're coming here expecting the Cowboys to give your quarterback respect or your team respect, it's not going to happen. Now, I will say I do have our Eagles mascot here, okay? I will give you guys that much. We have the Fly Eagles Fly mascot right here.
Oh, my God.
Okay? Number 1, do you know what his name is? Ring.
There's no S there, right?
1 ring, okay? Our Eagles mascot, Fly Eagles Fly. That's the only respect that you get in here. Queen Bella in the house. She's back. She said, I'm back, bitches. The queen is here. Shout out to the queen. We've missed you, Bella. But you know what, Bella? You may not be here in body and soul, but the raid sure is. And Lord knows we need our can of Raid right here. This is a piece that Queen Bella made for us here. It is actually a coffee mug. But it's a Raid, of course, and it repels eagles. Shout out to the Queen Bella. See, we got nothing but love for you, Drew. Okay. I'm
For the record,
injury,
I did
so
see some of the clips of the
Okay. But hey, I tell you what, Drew, that one came through. Oh, damn. Oh, okay. So when you do the big super chat, it just went zing. Did you hear that? Look, bam, up on the clock. Shout out to Bella. Drew, you're getting treated like I get treated when I go on the Dan Saleo show. No respect, okay? Okay. All right, so back to, I'm sorry, I digress. See, Drew just fucks up the chats every time. Anyway.
What was Ginger going to say?
I'm sorry, Ginger.
I was just gonna say by the way, side note, I did see the Giants highlights yesterday, and Daniel Jones indeed looked awful.
Oh, he is bad.
2 completions to to his people, and then two to the other team for the Falcons. And I'm like, you guys should be confident with Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Over him that they're stuck with.
Well, for
and
sure.
I'm like,
for sure.
Oh, I know the Giants are. Because when
Look,
the Giants were on, when Giants were, what is it, Hard Knocks off season for the Giants, they was really debating on drafting a quarterback.
And
they chose not to.
Chose neighbors instead.
Here we go.
I'll tell you one thing, they're going to be in the basement this year. They're going to have a chance to draft a quarterback after this year.
That they will. That they will. Or, as some people said,
if they
sign Dak Prescott
this year, they're going to draft a quarterback. Danny's done.
Okay, Mark, I'll see you later now that Leo's here.
Oh, DMV Fanatics in the house. Shout out to DMV. What's up, man? Leo, did you see our mascot, our Eagles mascot?
Oh, man.
Leo's mic is muted.
Muted, bro.
Which actually I should shut up and just let him just keep talking with a muted mic. That's the thing to do. Daniel Jones is in mid-season form. Y'all love me. We something you, but I don't know if it's love there, Drew. Are the smoke signals here yet? Okay, so we've got one more.
Danny Dimes is Eli Manning without the talent. He just throws interceptions.
Yeah, I'm wondering how Cop Pizzle's feeling about Danny Dimes right now. Mark, I want you and your boys are smoking. Zimmer is better than Quinn. There's a reason Quinn was top head coach candidate and Zimmer was on the street. Was Zimmer? Was Dan Quinn? Yeah. Wait a minute. Was Dan Quinn a top? How many interviews did he do? 5? He was like literally the last coach hired.
And he's been on. Like, he's had interviews, the last 2 years?
Yeah.
Did he just turn them down?
Zimmer was on the streets by choice.
I don't think he was Washington's first choice. It was Ben Johnson.
Yeah. In fact, I think it was. But everybody thought, it was like, Dan Quinn? Where'd that come from?
Yeah.
It came out of left field.
You see how they, no matter what the Cowboys do, they hate on it. When we got Dan Quinn, everybody said he sucked that first year. And now that he's gone, now he's the greatest coach ever.
Well, yeah. Well, right. And when he was here, he was trash.
What's happening, fellas? I'm sorry. I got my shit right.
I was wondering, did you see our Eagles mascot?
No, I missed it.
So, because we have Drew, who's always in the chat. Help me, Rhonda. Shout out to Rhonda with the super chat. Since we have so many you wonderful Eagle fans, we thought we'd make you feel right at home, and so we got an Eagle here as a mascot. Would you like to see him?
No.
Yeah, you
I don't even.
Look, here we go.
Oh, you did it, you motherfucker!
No.
You did it. I can't believe you did it.
But wait.
Mark.
Guess what his name is?
Oh, wait for their big surprise, Leo.
Leo, guess what his name is? It's not Hurts. It's Ring.
One Ring.
One Ring. Leo?
You left him speechless.
Did he hang up?
I'll take it. I'll take it.
One ring there, buddy.
I promise you that thing will turn into a major voodoo doll for you and bring nothing but good fortune for us.
So it could be 1 2/3.
Leo, Leo, the reason we like you here is because you're supposedly working on a Cowboy strand of weed for us. How's the Cowboys blue coming?
So, Mark,
here we go.
No. So, being on this with you guys and everybody giving me the hard time that they give me, turns out I have friends who watch this, who are in the business.
Okay.
And they love watching you guys give me a hard time.
Okay, so I'm the #1 weed blogger. Okay. All right.
Right now, there are people whom I am. Right now, there are people who I'm close to in the business who are decision makers that watch this.
Okay.
Because they think it's funny. They think
what
all of
you mean a one-ring chicken?
No,
one-ring chicken.
No, just the way you guys argue, the way we all argue, the whole 9 yards. There are people who think it's funny, but interestingly enough,
okay,
a few people. There was a few who were watching when we started talking about this whole Cowboys strain and everything.
Yeah,
and lo and behold, I had some people who are doing some cross genetics. Based off, they're crossing genetics right now.
Do I get a royalty?
They're talking,
Do I get a royalty for the idea?
Yeah, I'm about to say,
can I get a sponsorship
2%.
at least? Can I get something? Damn,
2%. That's it. That's nothing. 2% is nothing. I'll take it.
You know. I literally put out footage of an earthquake. NBC News uses it, and I get nothing. I come up with the Cowboy Blue strand, and it's going to be big. It's America's team, and it's America's weed. I'm copywriting that. Okay, it's America's weed. And I can't even get a shout out on it. At least sponsor the channel, man. Brought to you by Cowboys Weed, man. America's weed. I can see it, can't you, Leo?
America's weed.
America's weed.
Called Doomsday Kush.
There you go. We could have all kinds of strands on there. We could call it the 5 rings.
I'm coming up with all kinds of, I don't know. I'm thinking, like some of this stuff that I've been, burning on, I feel like it's that headbanger boogie, so
okay.
There's a few things out there that might, that could stand to be a viable, thing here. It's what I plan on bringing with me when I come to the Red Brick House, Mark.
All right.
So that I just want you to know, like, damn it, Mark, you done started some shit, and I'm so like, and then I didn't expect all of this, and when I mean this, the Jobu Sports Report and everything that comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
I never imagined that it would come back to me in the cannabis realm of things. Because guys are watching this, folks are watching this, and they think it's hilarious.
Oh, that's good. So they like seeing you trashed.
It's yeah. Well, no, it's just like, hey, like, damn, and a few of them actually agree with you, Mark, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a couple of friends who think it's great that there's somebody, who gives it back to me the way I give it out. You know what I'm saying? And Walker Wade has actually made a lot of my friends like they're like
he's a pit bull. Because he gives it to me too.
Yo,
okay. Walker Wade
is a little altercation earlier.
Yeah, I think what I could do is I could just go ahead and do like Fight Club and just have Walker Wade on one screen and have Drew on the other, and I could just kick back and relax and just
let them go.
Just let them go.
Hey,
just let them go. Cowboys versus Eagles crime.
Well, see, the issue that I have is that, remember, I'm the visitor. I always have to bear in mind that I am the one who's visiting. So it's not like I could be up in y'all house and tell y'all what I'm going to be doing. It don't work that way.
Oh,
so it's tough. It's really, really tough being the lone Eagles fan who has to put up with this. But there are some people who get a kick out of it. And it's mainly, they think my boy told me that Walker Wade is the live wire. He said that's the one you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
So, because he's always ready to scream and yell. So it's like, okay, just like me. So, but I'm not the one in charge. You guys are. And this is your safe space. So I'm the invited guest.
Let's back up here. Let's back up here. I get bitch slapped all the time on here. There ain't no safe space up in this place, bro. There ain't no safe space in here.
Yeah, when me and Mark went to the Cowboys game together, there was a 49ers fan sitting in front of us. And while the Cowboys were getting destroyed, I was arguing with this 49ers fan. What the hell are you doing here? at the wrong game, you know.
Oh, I'm looking to repeat that in November, Lord, please.
So actually, Leo, I'm going to ask you.
Mark was sitting there just silent, like, damn, man, we're
we're just getting bitch slapped. But I'm going to ask you, Leo. Okay, but this is take off your green colored glasses and things like that. Take off the haterade and everything else. I'm going to ask you. Did you watch the Cowboys game?
Yeah. Oh man.
Okay. Knowing the Cowboys didn't do the big free agent signings and things like that, and knowing that this is just preseason, which is meaningless, how do you look at the Cowboys, and do you think that they're better or worse than they were? What is your outside opinion?
I was on the outside looking in from a defensive standpoint. I think communication looks like it's being coached up real hard. You know what I'm saying? You guys end up with like a pick six or something like that at one point in the game. Late in the game, so it looks like I'm thinking, like, in my mind, it looks to me like Mike Zimmer's reputation may have actually preceded him going into Cowboys camp, because it looks like your defense is believers in whatever it is that he's teaching.
They're definitely teaching.
I think you're going to need. And you guys do look like a team who's going through that sort of kind of flux. But I think that and mind you, I was only seeing 2s and 3s. You didn't see a whole lot of 1s at all during the course of the preseason.
Oh, we haven't played any 1s.
Right.
We really aren't.
So,
really aren't.
But
other than Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe, who potentially should.
Right. But if this is what your 2s and your 3s look like, you see what I'm saying? It's got to be a foreshadowing of. I wonder how well your 1s are. Your 1s are probably doing even better. So, I also found it a bit amazing and timely because Mark has been preaching this since the beginning of the off season. That watch what happens, guys. This is we're a dumpster fire. All kinds of hell is going to break loose. We don't do anything. And then before you know it, right before the season is supposed to start, they're going to start talking about us being Super
They did
Bowl
last
contenders.
night. That was question.
And I was like, and I'm sitting there and I'm looking at this game, and sure enough, they started talking. I said, I'll be damned.
I told you, it's every year like that. It's every year. But let me address something real quick because we got somebody new in the chat. So, Mr. Jackson, you're new here. So let me explain something to you.
I'm the motherfucking one who calls the shots. And you better pay me the respect that I gave your brother, or we're going to have a problem. A bad one.
So Mr. Jackson came in and said, this dude literally took a teddy bear to training camp and was trying to get Dak's attention with the teddy bear. A grown-ass man. Dude, kiss my high yellow ass and fuck you. Because you don't know the whole story behind it, bro. Yeah. Okay, bro. Cowboy Joe Boo and Dak Prescott have a history together, man. In fact, Joe Boo ended up raising $5,000 for his cancer charity and was featured in his acceptance speech, a clip from us, giving him the check with Joe Boo on his Man of the Year award. So if you don't like that I got Cowboy Joe Boo and that I take him to training camp, then get your motherfucking ass the fuck out.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
So welcome to the channel.
I like that. I respect that, Mark. I respect that. I like that. For real.
Oh, boy.
Started bringing Joe Bear along.
I'm sorry, he just put a comment in there that I didn't like.
Joe Bear was actually a gift from a fan. Actually, at the last Super Bowl I went to, a married couple, and I've got all kinds of stuff that's around here. So I guess if I take my my eagle with me, then I definitely will get joked, huh? One ring.
If you have to change his name to 2 pretty soon. You got to
bring that to the Eagles game here in Dallas, Mark.
Yes, you know what, Mark? You know bring that shit with you.
I should have called. I should have put it 1.5.
Stop, Troy. It's not funny. That shit ain't funny.
I can't wait to see it. No, 1.4.
Or,
I can't wait to see it.
Two minus a fumble.
There we go.
Yeah. That's how close it was.
There
Two minus a
the
fumble.
Cody show's in here. What's up, Cody? How are you doing, man?
Someone called me.
Somebody called you. I said the Cody show. I see you there with your mic muted. What's up, man? You got to jump in here because Leo, he's got that big blunt up there. He get in here. He just go on and on and on. How you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just waiting for the season to start.
It's not far away. 17 days, man. 17 days of time for Jerry Jones to get CeeDee Lamb's ass in here and stuff.
Oh,
and
he hurry up with that.
Oh, they'll.
So I would like to know what's the answer to the question you asked me, Mark, on your side. Like, what do you guys think about the Philadelphia Eagles? I know you guys were alluding a little bit earlier about them coming down to earth or something like that, or something you were saying. So I was like, hey, just go ahead and expand. I want to hear. Game time is here.
Do I smell dog shit?
Yeah, that's because we faced Cleveland week 1.
Oh, wow.
Sorry about that.
Oh, wow.
No, actually, I'll be honest with you, Leo. I have not. I have been so busy with training camp and going out to California, dealing with not one but 2 earthquakes and everything else. Having my 2 daughters and my wife together in a suite at training camp. Okay, let me say it again. 2 30-year-old daughters and my wife. Okay, so I haven't had time to focus in on the Eagles. So I'll be honest with you, I have not watched much of them on training camp, so I don't know.
Gotcha.
I've been solely focused on the Cowboys.
Okay, go ahead, please. Give it
Ginger, go.
I have. I've been watching the Eagles a little bit here too, and I do have a question for you. How do you feel about Kenny Pickett?
All right, so all I want, remember now, Ginger, I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan, so you already know. As an Eagles fan, I place a very, very, very high premium on a competent backup. That's all I need him to be. That I don't need him to run the offense better than Jalen. I don't need to see a whole lot. All I need to know is, are you a competent quarterback? Because that's exactly what Nick Foles was for us. And through that whole experience is how I got that whole appreciation for you need a competent backup, because the way and especially with the way our quarterback plays, and I'm just specifically talking about Jalen Hurts, the need for a competent backup is even more of a priority for me. So that's all I'm looking for is competency. And I think he can. I think Kenny Pickett, what I saw against New England and everything, I like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? Okay, my man knows how to. He can see the field. Good. That's all I need. We don't have any QB controversy, only at backup.
Okay. I'll say no comment, but I will say this. I do think.
Please comment.
No, go ahead. No, get comment. No, what do you think?
No,
I don't mind. I don't mind.
Okay. I feel like Kenny Pickett is kind of concerning just from what I saw. I mean, he had good flashes, but Tanner McKee looks a little bit better than him. I'm just from what I see.
Right.
Outside looking in.
I know I don't hold the weight. McKee's going to be the number 2. I think McKee will be the number.
They've been going back and forth and talking about it, but for me, period, like I said, all I need is competency. That's all I want at the backup QB position. I'm gonna still be nervous as hell because it won't be our number 1 guy, but
yeah. But I will say this though, Jeremiah Trotter Jr. looks really good.
I heard those in the Kobe Dean sighting.
Good flashes. I'm trying to think of what else.
I heard the Kobe Dean is actually, and also Jalen Carter.
Some of the people.
I was going to say, Happy, don't be dissing on the ladies in here. They know more than what you think they know.
I was going to say, I enjoy Ginger's commentary, so please, no disrespect to her. If you can get past yourself and actually listen to what the hell she's saying, you might fuck around and find out this chick know what the hell she's talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can go ahead with those fucked up ass remarks and everything like that, and let this lady say what the hell she got to say. Go on, mama.
And that's why he's sitting alone in his basement, his mama's basement.
There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Go ahead, mama. I was listening. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I apologize. I stepped in.
Yeah. No, Troy, you good, bro. You good. Go ahead, mama.
No. I'm just saying. I think Jeremiah Trotter should be like your starter as far as linebacker is concerned. That's all.
Someone said that if he was anything like his father in terms of the way he approaches the game and the way he thinks about it, they said that if he ever got a chance to actually get on the field and get that starting position, they said that he kind of got that thing where he might not fuck around and might not let that shit go. They say he the type of person that once he get on the field, he ain't gonna let it go. So
right.
I don't know. I like that. And to Mark's point, so far, Nakobe Dean is having a really good camp.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
And the thing is and they're saying the reason why he's having a really good camp is because he ain't hurt. So
okay,
you know that can only take us but so far. You know what I'm saying? You know, like, all right. I'm glad though.
I wanna address this question here from Corey Pearson. He says,
I've been seeing that one too.
Dak at $60 million or Trey Lance at 20. I'm gonna say
you got to put a little more.
First,
to
I'm gonna
that
say
Trey
Lance at 20 might be overpaid.
He was saying Trey Lance at 20 million and rebuild around Trey Lance.
Yeah, I'm not ready to do
Yeah,
that.
he's trying to save bucks, and it's like, nah.
All right, so can we stop the rebuild thing? Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Okay, at the moment, when you look at Tyler Guyton and Cooper Beebe, you see Cooper Beebe already being able to take one guy down and recognize getting the blitzer. Okay, you're seeing him bulldoze guys.
Right.
You're seeing Tyler Guyton do Tyron Smith younger day things of literally throwing guys across the field. You've got Tyler Smith, who was an All-Pro going into his third year. You got Jake Fergie, who's only going into his third year, who's looking like he could be a top tight end. You've got a guy, Jalen Tolbert, who's now meshing with your quarterback as a number 2 who potentially could eventually be a number 1 wide receiver. And if you get CeeDee Lamb signed right there, what are you rebuilding on the offense? I keep hearing this rebuilding. Okay, you might lose Zach Martin, and maybe you end up saying that maybe Terrence Steele could be replaced, and a running back. What is this rebuilding? You're going to get rid of all these guys? You know how many people would kill to have taken a first-round draft pick, got a stud for a tackle, take the third-round pick, and possibly get a starter center out of one draft? What are you talking? I keep hearing rebuild. What you think you're going to get better than what you have right there? What they need to be talking about is supplementing. It's not that we don't have a core of guys. The problem is when you get to the playoffs and you don't have linebackers and you're not built to stop the run and you can't, and people exploit it. You're not going to rebuild and get better than what you got right now with the offensive line. That's a young, rebuilt offensive line. I'm sorry. That's just stupid. And if you think from one preseason game against the Raiders that Trey Lance is ready to be, a lights-out quarterback, sorry, you're just stupid. He still has a long ways to go. A lot of those passes, the receivers going backwards to try and get him because they're late. A lot of these throws, he's watching the guy the whole time. Some of these throws are so high that you're going to get wide receivers killed. I'm not saying that he can't become a really good quarterback, but he's got a long ways to go. And to say, we're just going to build around him, what the fuck are you talking about?
Hey, I want to address something
stupid.
that Bird said.
Right.
What's that?
Guyton has not been playing against second stringers. He's been playing against
they were playing against Raiders first stringers, yes.
Not only that, you sit there and watch the guy when he's playing. When he squares up on a defensive end or a player, watch him. He's like a tree stump. The guy is like right there in the middle and has that low center of gravity where he's back like this, and he's just holding them there. Well, not holding them, but you know what I mean.
But the best thing about him,
he pretty much plants that defensive player.
But the best thing about him is it's not so much. He's big and he's strong, but it's his foot quickness in there. I call him twinkle toes, like Fred Flintstone. For anybody that's old out there, he moves his feet so well. Yeah.
Remember, I told you my business partner played left tackle for the Baltimore Ravens, right? And when you know this personally,
yeah.
But because it does come out every now and again. Sometimes I've learned when watching football games with professional athletes or just football players, period, it's a different experience for you guys than it is for me. You guys are looking at film. You see things, particularly from a positional standpoint, and I'll never forget Eugene telling me. He was like, bro, on that offensive line. First of all, he said, yes, it is very difficult to win a football game in the National Football League. That's not
against anybody.
But he told me, he said the thing about playing on the offensive line, he was like, you have to know how to get your feet right. You got to get your hands correct. Then you got to know what the guy on the left and the guy on the right's feet are supposed to do. You're supposed to know you have to know what the tight end's feet are supposed to do, and you have to know that you got to trust that everybody's hands are okay, and you all are supposed to move in unison in a way that somebody else does not want to go. And all he keeps telling me is, do you know how fucking hard that is to do? Like, he says you got to know everybody. You got to know everybody's position, basically.
Yeah, it only takes one guy to mess up to fuck up a play.
That's what he said. He said all it takes is one person to not know what they're supposed to be doing.
That's right.
Or supposed to be going, and you're all messed up.
An offensive lineman got to know everybody's assignment
that's what he said. That's what he said. I'm like, damn.
And see, you also have to.
It's something about the Cowboys and offensive linemen. So when they draft for offensive lineman, I automatically assume he's going to be good
in the first round.
I'll give you that.
The Cowboys have taken undrafted free agent offensive linemen and made them into starters that deserve contracts.
Right.
That's true.
It's whatever offensive lineman they want. I assume he's good.
I do. I always say the same thing for us as well. You know, I like seeing when they make those draft picks, when they make that investment in the O-line position. You know, because it's like, okay, whoever this person is, he got to be something special if you got them to draft you. So, okay, let's see. And just the assumption. So you're right, Derek.
These people.
Yep.
This chat is funny today. I'm just
we got a whole bunch of haters and stuff in here who's saying that literally Dak Prescott throws passes behind receivers and everything all the time. Yeah, okay. And that's why he ended up having 36 TDs and only 9 interceptions.
People know I'm not the biggest Dak Prescott fan, but he's a good quarterback, y'all.
I don't see how you.
I'm telling y'all, if Trey Lance isn't the one, you better be ready for Dave Campo years because
say that again.
If Trey Lance was starting
5-11, it's coming.
Yeah, if Trey Lance was starting, we win at max 6 games.
I like that.
And that's true.
I want Trey Lance starting.
But that's not happening.
Well, if you want Trey Lance as a quarterback, Trey Lance better get down there and start practicing and working on his accuracy and stuff because he's got one hell of an arm, but with that kind of accuracy and not good ball placement, I mean, he has flashes, at times, but you know,
but definitely the offense. That's where I got to say, but blow it up. Wade. Let me ask you this, Wade, because you've been on the. Was it Brian Broaddus who was saying that they're looking at blowing it up? I don't know what is blowing it up at this point.
Mike Fisher and Brian are both like saying that after this season, next year comes the real rebuild.
Okay.
We got a lot of free agents.
Well, we have a lot of free agents. We have a lot of free agents. We always have at least 25 free agents every year. We had 20-some this year. We had 27 the year before. That's nothing new. That's where they end up looking and saying, we can just get a guy for the cheap and run him for a year and see if they work out, and if not, we let him go. I mean, that was Malik Hooker. He ended up getting another contract. I mean, that was Don Terry Poe. That was Gerald McCoy. That's how they do business. But we'll see. I would.
Yeah, but we're going to lose a lot of play. Like what do you do? DeMarcus Lawrence last year, you're going to keep him. You're going to let him walk.
Well,
let him go.
Zach Martin retires.
Yeah. Well, but I don't know if that's blowing it up or just letting the natural progression go.
No, not necessarily blowing up, but like the team is going to have a big turnover this next offseason.
Well, I will say here's the problem when we look at the salary cap is you may actually want to bring some of those guys back if at all possible because the voidable years, a lot of those come due next year. And that's the thing people don't actually talk about, that when you look at the salary cap situation, you've got voidable years for Dak, you've got it for Brandon Cooks, you got it for D-Law, you have it for Zach Martin, and so it almost behooves you if they do play a little bit longer because you're going to pay that money regardless. I'd rather pay that money, and have you here than to pay that money and then have to replace you. But
isn't one of your old guys coming available next week?
One of our old guys. What old guy? You mean Randy Gregory? He just got cut.
Yes, Randy. Yeah, he's getting cut next week, right?
Well, he didn't show up for camp or anything. He just did not show up and didn't communicate with them. He was just like, "Fuck it, I ain't showing."
What?
Well, if the Cowboys somehow win the Super Bowl, I bet you Jerry hands out contracts like candy.
Randy Gregory did a no call, no show.
He did, yeah. Tampa Bay when they well, we don't know where he is. We haven't heard from him or anything else.
Crazy.
And they finally end up, basically saying he's cut. So it'll be interesting to see if he appears now and signs with somebody. Wouldn't it be crazy if the Cowboys said, "Let's bring him back"?
No.
You
don't want to play like that on you.
I'd rather bring back Lyle Collins or something.
Yeah, exactly. You want to have guys on there that are in sync with each other. You can't trust the guy next to you. Then what's the point?
Well, Randy Gregory, and here's what I'm going to say is going to be the difference with this defense. From what I was saying, it's training camp. From when Dan Quinn was there, Dan Quinn is your best friend. Dan Quinn is up in there. He's hyping you up and everything else. He's your best buddy. And his whole philosophy was fast and physical guys that can get to the quarterback. All I care about is getting the sacks and getting the takeaways, and was really aggressive. But sometimes, and that was good. It did us great things because we didn't necessarily have the most talent out there. When you looked at what we had on paper with the Dallas Cowboys versus San Francisco, it's not even close. We had a better secondary, but that front seven of San Francisco is far and away better. And quite honestly, once you got past D-Law and Micah Parsons, how many of those guys were really studs? Osendigizua was a good tackle, but he was a little on the lighter side, at least in my mind. Hankins, aging veteran in the middle. Linebackers, who needs any stinking linebackers? We didn't have any. And Dan Quinn did the best he could with what he had. What I see out here is, the defensive line coach, he's barking at these guys. And they are sucking it up. They are literally like right there. And I don't know if that is gathering respect from them, but they listen. Mozzie is out there half an hour before practice with that guy. Everywhere that coach goes, Mozzie is right there working with them. And it seems like they're being taught now. They're being taught how to use their hands. They're being taught the positions of their bodies and making sure the shoulders are square. And I think that this is going to be a defense that will be more disciplined. So many times a guy will make a boneheaded mistake and it's like, oh, well, Randy Gregory hits a quarterback in the knees and gets 15 yards or tackles an offensive lineman. You never saw any repercussions. You will see repercussions from Mike Zimmer, who will be down on the field in your face right now. And I think that accountability will suit them well. That's my take on it. We'll see.
Oh, yeah. The enabling is over with.
Yeah. You're going to get a foot in your ass.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think, and not to take and belittle Dan Quinn, because we were the worst I was literally wanted to throw up my Italian sub watching the Dallas Cowboys defense. When Odell Beckham Jr. did that reverse when he was with Cleveland on us, seeing the pursuit angles of guys literally running out of bounds in front of him and not even seeing him, seeing guys taking banana routes instead of understanding I got to go to the point of attack. I'm like, these guys don't even know the fundamentals. Hearing Jalen Smith saying it's too complex. It was just about as abysmal thing that I could see ever of a Dallas Cowboys defense that it made you sick. And Dan Quinn came in and was exactly what he needed to turn it around. And I'm hoping that Mike Zimmer is the thing that takes him to the next level. That would be my hope.
Better if he improves our defensive line play.
Just on the run
the defense will improve.
Amen.
Right. Well, it's the whole old school mantra that he got going on too.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, maybe that's probably what Dallas has been longing for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could sort of kind of say the same thing's happening in Philly because, you know, like Vic Fangio has that old man, that old school mentality where he just, you know, he's coaching them hard, you know, and a lot of these, and from my understanding, you know, it sounds like a lot of these guys are actually responding positively to this hard coaching. So,
yeah,
you know, and Zimmer comes from that sort of kind of that school of thought. You know what I mean? Like, you know, remember Jimmy Johnson and all that? Zimmer was all
yeah.
He's from all that.
Hey, Game Time Brian, man. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Broke.
What up, Game Time?
What's up, man? I was cooking. I got done my live stream and I had to go out and cook. It's starting to rain here, so I got an overhang, but I wanted to get it done. What's going on, everybody? How are you?
We're just trying to figure out, will the real Dallas Cowboys please stand up?
What are you?
Are we a trash team that is maybe the 8th best according to Dan Orlovsky that has a lot of questions?
Dan Orlovsky, he has a more of a problem controlling his own flatulence when he does interviews. He needs to, he just needs to shut his mouth. But listen, that's what he does. So again, I get tired of hearing him. Again, we didn't lose much from last year's starters. Listen,
it seems
I
like
got
we
into it on my
them.
channel towards the end. You know, Drew, shots fired, everything was going good, and then he got, he just went off the, reservation, and it was like, dude, what triggered you, Drew? Drew, what triggered you? My only thing is
Brian,
this.
My bad.
Listen, this is my thing on that, and I want to finish it up. I don't know if you heard, but he was like, how come? I never said Eagles were going to struggle with new coordinators. I never said it. I said last year, remember, Mark, with the new coordinators, like first-time coordinators, when you got a guy like Vic Fangio, I'm not concerned about him. But you had a 30th ranked defense, that lost your best player.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm saying. It's a little more work to be done for the Birds than it would be for the Cowboys. I get it. We got Zimmer, but we relatively have the same defense. So
that's you just hit the key right there, because it's relatively the same. It's kind of what Mike McCarthy did last year. He didn't just start over with a brand new offense. He tweaked what we had.
I'm not flexing. Saying that we're going to do that. I'm just saying I think we have a better starting point. But Mark pointed out with Mike Nolan back a few years ago that Zimmer's scheme is a bit more complex, okay? You need to know where to be because he likes to keep everything in front of you. He likes to do exotic blitzes. So everybody has to be on the same page, which could cause an issue also. And I was giving him that, But, again, I think it's a little different. Now, again, I don't know. Who cares? I told him at the end of the day, doesn't matter what we think. They're going to be playing the games in 2 weeks.
And we'll be able to find out.
Yep.
We'll be able to find out.
Queen Bella gifted.
She's back.
Gifted a membership. Shout out to Queen.
Monty Kiffin might have been the worst, though.
I think Mike Nolan was the worst, right, Mark?
Mike Nolan. That was, we gave it more points per game than
it was
that
bad,
team was
but
bad.
Mike Nolan, he had no clue. what was going on.
Yeah, Mike Nolan was ass.
I mean, it was confusing. Then nobody knew what they were doing. So, that was my only. But I didn't say anything about the Eagles about struggling, and we're not. I said,
hold on, wait. Hold on. Chris Johnson says Mark has been upset ever since Trey Lance had a good game. I don't understand it. I believe I actually praised him and said it's a good thing that he did. But I'm not ready to anoint him that he's ready to go to the Hall of Fame. He's still his ball placement still is an issue.
I'm not seeing Joe Montana out there. If he looked like Joe Montana, I'd be like, yes, let's bring him in.
Yeah. Some of y'all mother humpers just want to try and start shit when it's not even there.
That's my thing. What is constituted as a good game? Because Dak Prescott can go out there and throw 400 yards and they still say he's ass, but 151 yards, that's considered a good game?
With 131 yards running game to go with it, yeah.
He has crisp handoffs. They're the best.
That's Ray.
RPO game is off the hook.
His handoffs are so crisp. But you're right on that one.
It's his running game. That's all he had.
His throws are bullets. They're lasers.
Those passes suck. I put something up on X, man. When I was playing football back in 2017, I dislocated my pinky. I mean, it was sitting right beside, like dislocated it at the knuckle, and that was because the quarterback threw like 100-mile-an-hour pass in a slant route.
It's a big difference when your quarterback. Okay, he throws it hard and a laser. Yeah, it's different when you're Brett Favre and you can throw it hard and accurate.
Yeah. And still ended up having the all-time record for interceptions.
Yeah.
Be that as it may, in the end,
50 years,
in the end, it doesn't matter because people will say all your videos are always about Dak Prescott. So I started focusing in on Mozzie Smith. Oh, is that the only thing you talk about? Okay, let me start talking about the kicker and the 66-yard field goal. Then I don't know. No matter what I do, you mother humpers are going to complain. So I'm just going to do what I like to do. And if you don't like it, then that's fine. That's okay. Watch somebody else.
We're Cowboys, Mark.
You know who it is.
We're Cowboys. We're Cowboys.
Dak isn't Joe Montana either. Actually, Dak, I think, has a stronger arm than Montana because Montana was really, if you really want to go back to the Dinkin and Duncan, that's part of the reason why they used the West Coast offense because he didn't have the big arm. And if you look at a lot of Jerry Rice's big touchdowns, they were going across the middle.
Dinkin Duncan. Yeah. Dinkin Duncan. What am I saying?
Yeah.
He bigger than Dinkin Duncan.
But he was always finding the open man, and they were making plays. We love you being you. Thank you, Holly Pierce. We love you too, girl. And that's the bottom line here is football. It's not like back in the 90s when we could just line up and go man and man and just beat people, just bludgeon them to death. Now you have to be where they're not going to be. That's the bottom line. And unfortunately, when we have, and this is where it's kind of crazy because Stephen Jones literally says, well, CeeDee Lamb, he's going to have to get 12 to 15 touches a game. And it's like, dude was getting 10 touches a game as it was. You're trying to have him have what? With the numbers he has, 197 receptions in a season? Like 2,500 yards? Are you kidding me? There ain't enough balls to go around. He going to make sure he earns that money, allegedly. But the best thing to be able to do is to be able to have a balanced offense. That's what the Cowboys actually had last night. Because you got Rico getting like 8.2 yards a carry. I mean, not Rico. Deuce Vaughn, you got to cover the middle. You can't just abandon that. And if you're being able to run the football, then you're going to have to put 8 men in the box. You got 8 men in the box. You got single coverage on the receivers. It's a hell of a lot easier to throw to a receiver that's single covered than a guy that's double covered. All these things matter. And that's where people will say, oh, Jalen Hurts, he's a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. When you have a great offensive line and a multitude of weapons in a running game, it's a lot easier to play quarterback than it is when you don't have any of the above. Right?
Yep.
No.
Right.
You're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
You are 100% right.
Hey, I love weed in the house. What's up, man?
I love weed. Yeah,
I love weed too.
But back to
Me
Leo.
too.
I can't believe I'm actually saying back to Leo. When can we expect this Cowboy strand, the 5 rings stuff to start coming out to be sampled?
Mark, it's strain as in train, not strand as in stand.
Okay, all right.
Please.
Train.
Please.
Oh, okay. Let me say.
Please help.
When's the good blue shit coming out, bro? Okay. When's the good shit coming? Okay.
Yeah. Coming from a guy who won't go anywhere near it.
I got friends that will, though. Okay. I can get the taste test done.
Me and Michael Anthony Fitness partaked when we were down in Stewart's.
Shit. I didn't know about that.
Huh?
Oh, yeah?
I didn't know about that one.
Yeah, you did. You were inside grubbing. We're like, you want to come out? You're like, nah. We did it out of respect.
Okay.
It was a good night.
Okay.
Oh, man.
And how did Mike act?
Mike, he was even more laid back. He was like cream corn, man. He was like Jello.
Maybe more laid back. He sleep, man.
He was analyzing everything.
I started getting paranoid. I can't.
Well, he was analyzing everything. I'm like, dude, stop thinking. Just relax. Just kick back, bro.
Okay.
Leo, I come to the Philly game. You got me. You ain't gonna let nobody mess.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Who's got Leo?
Let
The
me
problem
know.
is, once the masses get a hold of you, it's over.
Yeah,
What's
for
up,
sure. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Game time, you too, man.
Yeah, I go to the game, so I'm good. But yeah.
I don't go, trying to start any drama or anything. I do want to kind of represent, but I ain't gonna rub it in nobody's face.
You're actually gonna have a rougher time if Dallas wins.
Yes.
Because then everybody's gonna leave.
That's true.
Because then they
Dallas
mad.
still have to
They
sucks,
butthurt.
and then depending on how much they had to drink before the
and
game.
if Dallas is blowing them out in Philly, you might want to get out of there.
You might want to leave in the third.
Just FYI, Dallas sucks regardless of the outcome, right? So it doesn't matter. That's as far as Eagle fans are concerned. Don't get it twisted, everybody. What I'm saying is they're going to say Dallas sucks whether the score is 30-0 or 30-0 the other way. They don't care. So just know that going in, and you'll be all right.
That
be
was
respectful.
That was kind of something that I was dealing with on TikTok. Detroit Lions fan came on, was like, Dallas sucks. Boy, my mouth dropped. I'm like, y'all just won on your first playoff run in y'all team's existence last year?
Yeah.
And you saying that the Dallas Cowboys suck? Come on, bro. Come on.
It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter. That's what's always going to come out. You're not going to have what you're not going to have at an Eagles game is an intellectual conversation.
Oh, I can believe that.
That's not going to happen.
And don't go to an Eagles game.
You can say whatever you want and be 1,000,000% right. It's no, because all they're going to do is scream the same thing.
That's what I kept telling people. Y'all hadn't been around Philadelphia Eagles fans. A lot of these Cowboy fans ain't been around. I'm telling you, it's an argument and a fight every single time.
Yeah, I mean, my family members, shout out Brian and Terrell, man, they Eagles fans, but I can sit there and have those intellectual conversations.
Don't go to
I can
Eagles
sit with Leo and have an intellectual
snowstorm either.
For sure.
Oh, I'm saying at the link, you're not going to have that kind of a conversation or experience at the link. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're there, when you're down there and everything like that, it's full on. You're going to be called asshole everywhere you go. People are going to boo you. They're going to do all kinds. Believe me, it's an experience. You know what I'm saying? And to Game Time's point, if you guys end up winning, you know what I'm saying, or if you're winning really well, if you're convincingly winning, you may want to consider leaving a little bit early.
Yes, because I've seen it when the Eagles were getting beat during, it snowed there and some fans stayed and the Eagles were getting beat. Man, about 400 Eagles fans were just pelting these fans of this other team with snowballs.
You would just be making them pissed. You doing stuff like that. And,
nah.
This
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to a Phillies game.
Nah, Cody. Nah, bruh.
I'm gonna have a Saquon Barkley jersey on, And when we kicking y'all butt in the fourth quarter, I'm gonna throw that thing off and run away like Skeletor.
Hey, I'm so not mad at anybody's survival tactics to get out of the link. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because, and that's why I always have that disclaimer, beforehand. Hey, because I've had the experience of going to an Eagles game at the link with my boss, who was a Commanders fan. You know what I'm saying? At the time, and we both worked there because I was working at the Pentagon. So he came up and I had to do all kinds of stuff to try to protect my boss. You know what I'm saying? But it was his first time there, and he did everything, y'all. Like he was, all in the parking lot, instigating. His uncle kept trying to tell him, like,
you're
don't
100%
do this,
right.
And Derek, when we walked out, they trashed his car. You know what I'm saying? Because he had Virginia tags. So everybody knew. You see what I'm saying? I was like...
So get a rental car is what you're saying.
Yeah, you can be better off
with full insurance.
With the insurance.
With full
Just
insurance.
because they looking at the tags. They know. You know what I'm saying? They know. And sure enough, bro.
They see a Dallas, they see a Texas license plate, it's over.
Yeah, you can forget it. A star, anything like that, it's a wrap.
Be flipped over.
Yeah, for real. Like when I went down to King of Prussia, I went down there for a convention.
Oh, yep, yep.
And I had my Cowboys gear on, and I had these two females come up to me, flex their biceps with Eagles tattoos on their biceps. I'm like, dang, boy, y'all run deep down here, man.
Yeah.
Are you sure they were ladies?
Yeah. That's why they say nobody likes us and we don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Like, really, like nobody likes us. And but here's the thing: you give them just cause not to. There you go. So I take ownership. I am one of those Eagles fans that takes complete ownership. Yes, we are that. It's sort of kind of like that boxer who still claims his ratchet ass family and has them front and center and is proud of them. I'm that. You know what I'm saying? Eagles fans, we are ratchet as hell. We are blue collars. We work hard. I claim all of that. Yup.
Rhonda respectfully says, "We don't care, Leo."
Fuck y'all fly high.
I don't need you to.
I like the blue.
Yeah, I don't need you to care.
Okay,
that's my point. I don't need you to care.
Well, thank God football season is almost here.
I might have something for you at the game.
At the game,
I might have something for you. Yeah, I might have something for you at the game.
Well,
you know
I'm imagining it's going to be us. I'm beginning to have reservations of whether or not Dan Salio is going to show up, since he didn't show up to training camp or anything. So, but I'm okay.
Wow.
I'm okay. I'm okay with it just being us, having a football party and everything else.
Don't count on him. He seems like a.
But you got hotel reservations, didn't you?
I do.
Okay. Is it a suite or a single room?
Yes. It's a suite.
Okay, because I was gonna say
how much
not
the tickets.
Well, I gotta I gotta figure out how I'm doing it.
I haven't made my my hotel reservation yet because I think I may end up just getting an Airbnb.
That might not be a bad idea too.
Yeah, what are we gonna do? All sit together? Is there gonna be a group?
That's where I need to. I need to call
That's
Philip
the only
and
thing
see.
Mark needs to figure out. I don't care what we do, but if it's possible, that would be great. Right?
I can get in contact with Cowboys Tours 9 something or other. I think I still have his number.
Just ask him. Let's say, listen, we're coming down. I know me, like between Wade, the Ward family. There's a bunch of people going to meet us down there. They all want to hang out, so that would be nice if we had a place to get tickets. But
and I'll talk to Philip too, because Uncle Philip he'll because he said he'll help me with the tailgate. He's
I'm
like,
figuring 8 to 10 people that have told me they have already booked their
hotel,
everything.
Okay,
so it's going to be it's definitely going to be a party. It's going to be fun. So I'm looking forward to it. To me, that's a lot when you have 8 or 10 fans saying they're going. But we've been down this road before. We know Leo's going, so
I'll be there. Yep.
And
that's why I'm thinking like maybe do you guys know any folks who are fans who are actually going to be naturally tailgating? You just make
here's what we're going to do. Okay, actually, what I'll do when I finish this is I'll send a message to Philip and start working on that, because he said he would help me get this whole thing set up. And actually, I talked to James Kane, who the last time I did the Eagles, which was, I think, with Wade. Remember the tailgate we did with Wade?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Because James Kane lives down there too, and we end up using his grills and everything else. So we're going to have a setup in the parking lot. Now, the key on that is, in Texas, unlike FedEx, where you can tailgate all you want in red zone lot anywhere, you have to be parked on the perimeter.
Almighty.
What?
Oh man, I'm just looking at these tickets. Like the cheapest tickets is $275. Holy moly!
I'm telling you, so we got to get them. We got to get them within the next month, because they're gonna just keep going up.
Yeah. You mean the flight? Are you talking about the tickets there, or are you talking about game tickets?
It don't make no sense. Like the lower level tickets are like $590.
Yeah,
$593, and then the middle. Oh my goodness, the link crazy.
Oh, you mean Eagles?
Well, no, you looking at the link?
Yeah.
No, we talking about in Dallas, bro. I'm coming down to Dallas.
Dallas, okay.
This is November 10th.
Yeah. We talking about Dallas.
November 10th, I think, 8th,
right?
Oh, yeah, it's November 10th. Yeah.
Yeah, the 10th.
There's an app, Angry Cowboy fan. It's called TickPick, TICK.
Oh, what?
But no, I didn't say
those commercials.
Oh shit! Non-stop flights for under $400.
TickPick is cheap, is what I'm saying. They cut down the fees. So I have all the apps. They're like cheaper than SeatGeek. But hold off. Well, you're going to Philly, so you can find them a little cheaper than that. But Mark's going to try and work something where we can get, even if it's a section up top somewhere, who cares? We're in the building.
Hell, end zone. Shoot, doesn't matter.
Yeah, I don't care. I really don't. I've never been to the stadium, so it'll be fun. I'm more going for everything else, and the game is just an added bonus. So,
yeah, even if it's a SRO.
How many of us is it going to be?
I don't know. There's a lot of people.
Now, what about a suite? How much do you need for a suite?
Oh shit!
Actually, walk. That's what I'm looking it up right now.
Shit, I ain't got that kind of money. Well, no, actually, I'll tell you what. Actually,
maybe Philip can hook us up.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, what?
Sure.
How many people could be in a suite?
A $10,000 suite. He'll just get that for us. I'm sure that.
About $1,000.
$1,000. A person.
More than that.
How many people could be in the suite?
Oh, you could have suites that could have like 40, 50 people, or Jerry Jones that could have about 200.
As much as, a Tim Cameron TickPick sounds suspicious. Yeah, right.
I mean, if you get a suite and it's like
I'm telling
20,
you, I got
and we
him for
had
the Hall of Fame game.
At about 30 people, we can come up with $10,000 pretty easily.
I like your attitude, Wade.
I'm just saying, $350 a piece, 30 people.
Yeah. And you're getting everything. You're getting food and everything. So
I'm gonna try to make it though. I have a surgery in late September, so I'm hoping I'll be healthy by then to get there. Because if I don't get it, then I'm not gonna be very.
Man, speed.
What on your eyes, bro?
No, unfortunately, I had a thyroid issue that went on for 8 years, and it depleted all the calcium from my bones. And so all my teeth started falling apart and breaking when I brush them. And I have really bad back stenosis, spinal problems, and it hurts all the time. So I'm dealing with that.
I feel you, bro.
Want to get healthy and do this because, it'd be my first game, and I've had chances to see it. But, when you can't see
Magical elixir.
This will be awesome. And I'd like to meet all you guys. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
If I can find a way to get up and get some darn groceries up there, make some pizzas too for y'all, man.
Yeah. There you go. Well, do that. Then what you do is you end up getting a VR. What do you call it? Airbnb? Not Airbnb. You know what I mean? Where you renting a house.
Yeah, like a stagecoach.
That's what I'm looking at doing.
What, renting a house?
Renting an Airbnb. Yeah, get
Airbnb.
Mm-hmm. I got to burn, man. I got to blaze up.
My in-laws stay like 40 minutes from Dallas, so.
Okay, well, I tell you what I'll do is anybody who's interested in this whole situation, email me cowboysmark94, and what we can do is we can start a thread. So that way we can all kind of look and say, here's what I'm going to do, or here's a suggestion of what to do, or ways we can do this. So that way we can all try and be in the same area and coordinate it. And as we go through and figure out, where we're going to tailgate, how we're going to tailgate, and so on. Because like a lot of people, what they do is they'll literally camp out on a parking space the night before.
It's between 13 and 35,000.
For a suite? Yeah, I was going to say, you ain't done under $10,000.
13 and 35,000.
13 to 35,000.
Yeah,
people got money.
That's big boy money right there.
I know.
Well,
for what, 3 hours?
That's what I got out of my liquidation on my business.
You in there for 3 hours?
If you come up with the Cowboy Blue strand.
That's not for us.
Oh, shit. Yeah, no, that's
how much is a private jet for 3 hours? How much is a private jet?
That depends on it's jet fuel plus hours the hours that you have, if you already have like a net jets card, or if you have a membership or charter on demand membership. Those are the two different ones. So then it depends on the number of hours that you fly.
That's the thing, is how many people can you have in a suite?
In a suite, you can have 30. It looks like between 20 and 30. Yep, depending on what it is. The Hall of Fame suites have 20. It has a 20-person capacity. The star level suites have 30-person capacity. The silver level suites have a 30-person capacity. The Ring of Honor suites have 30-person capacity, and then the one where you have the where you're on the ground standing up. That one has a 30. Ones. Yeah, that has a 30, and they all have
the ground level suites though.
Parking passes.
If I remember right, the ground level suites, the dugouts, you also have
the touchdown suites.
Yeah, you have a front row suite right there at the bottom. That you basically have.
30 people at $400 a piece is $12,000.
30 people at
$400 a piece.
Chris is like, yeah, I'm out.
Have bottle service in that mug.
But trust me,
that's extra.
You're gonna pay $400.
It's actually not bad, Mark.
You're gonna pay $400 easy for just a regular ticket in Cowboy Stadium. Trust me.
I'm thinking for that game, that's going to be at the top of the echelon. I think that's the Philadelphia Eagles.
Not if you know somebody,
you'll sit at the nosebleeds for about
$35,000 ticket.
Let's see the nosebleeds.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
Sign me up for the broke ass seats, but okay. But like
Mark,
I said, I sent a message.
Hiking up to the top of Mount Everest.
I've been up there. I was up there for the Super Bowl. I was up there. I passed the mountain goats, the billy goats, on the way to my seats.
Honestly, I'll be honest with you. I thought this was a lot more expensive than what it is.
Okay, Mr. High Roller. I got to spend $2,000 on tickets to fly there. I'm sitting here looking and saying, damn, okay, I can get a round trip, nonstop, one way, one stop on the way back for $329 plane ticket. I was like, shit.
But Mark, I specifically said that I was doing this for me. This was like for me. I'm doing it's what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm also doing the I like to go inside the club thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's all. That's why. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to have to think about it. That's it.
Yeah, well, as they say,
those who can do. Those who can't talk about those who can. Now,
I'm just saying, if we combine money together, it might make sense.
People, or can you step?
Might make sense.
Yeah, because you about like you said, you about at $398 for the nosebleed.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And you get like a 50-yard line or a 40-yard line suite, you're gonna have a damn good view of the field.
Oh, I can guarantee you a 30 or 40-yard line suite is not going to be. That's going to be a lot higher.
Is it?
I
wouldn't know. Leo needs confirmation.
But Leo, I tell you what, Leo, we will put if you can get a suite and get $400. That's a reasonable price. I'm gonna say, having gone to Detroit for Thanksgiving every year, and we've watched the game in a suite. Yeah, the suites are great. The suites are great.
Okay.
But
I think y'all gotta count your people. How many people are coming? and then go from
Exactly.
there.
You got 30.
Yeah, you got, and
That's
and
a
here's
lot
the
of
key
people,
is,
but yeah.
here's the key is we have to make sure that okay, it sounds great, $400 a person if it's 30 people, and then we find out we got 10.
Yeah, that would like.
And then it's $1,200.
30 people out of everyone that watches this channel that'll go to that game.
Okay.
I mean, could be wrong.
Well, the thing to do would be is if that's the case of what we're trying to do, is the sooner that we say this is what we're going to do and start advertising and saying you want to do this, and then say you got $100 deposit on it or something like that to start holding it, so that way you have people committed for sure. Because you don't want to.
Non-refundable.
The thing
that way
is,
they're committed.
right? The thing is there's nothing worse than people say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go," and then you get there at the last minute. Oh yeah, something came up, I can't do it, and then you're left holding the bag. It's one thing to say I can get tickets and things like that, and so that.
No, you need to have like a way. There needs to be like money needs to be due at this time, and if not, this person's gonna take your spot.
Yeah,
and when is it? November?
November 10th.
November 10th.
Y'all can set up like a payments because maybe somebody don't have 400 right now.
Yeah,
you can set up.
say $100 deposit.
There's gotta be deadline.
Like a $250 deposit or something, half deposit, and then.
Yeah, that would be cool. Okay.
I know one thing. I do want to get to a Cowboys game, home Cowboys game, and just mingle and pick the brains of other Cowboy content creators that's going to be there.
Well, I will say that if being content-wise to be able to be in a suite would be incredible. I mean, the sight lines and everything else and rolling, that would be great. Now, I don't think you're going to be able to broadcast because I think the Cowboys intentionally blocked that shit. But ultimately, that would be cool as shit if we could if we could live stream me and Leo, Cowboys Eagles. Oh, that'd be fucking insane. But that could be a bit expensive. But I'm game for whatever. If everybody else is, and we can find enough people that want to do it. If we could afford, I mean, honestly, if you could say, if it ended up being that it was even $400 or $500, that's not bad to be in a suite, because that is a totally different level. When you go, you got to take a piss. Some of them have the bathroom in the suite, or you have a private bathroom that's like right outside the door. So it's not like regular stuff. And to have the food and beverage and everything else that's in the suite right there, you ain't got to go anywhere, and you got the great sight lines. But, again, that ain't a cheap ticket. Unless the Cowboys are sucking. If the Cowboys lose like 4 of their first 5 games, then it might be a little cheaper, a little affordable.
Oh, man.
See, that's my thing. Like, pay $500, $600, go get a suite, and then they beat us. Well, I'll be pissed off. I paid for this.
I'll be up there having a meltdown after drinking about 12 beers.
Yep.
GMO.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Well, Leo's on the phone here.
I figure if I could just go ahead and claim if I had a meeting, then I could claim it.
Look,
who he spitting game to?
You know, he's a businessman. He's a CEO, man. He's not just a client. He's the player president. Okay.
Hey.
Look, he's handling his business here. I think he thought he muted the mic and stuff. So. Beyond that, we've been on for almost 2 hours here, and I got to say I appreciate everybody being here. Let's get our final thoughts here as we go through this last week of preseason before cuts. Do we think that CeeDee Lamb is going to get signed this week and back in?
Probably at least get the paperwork off.
Nah, I don't know if he can. I'll be surprised if he does.
All right.
He might get signed before week 1, just right into the regular season, but I think they're gonna let training camp, and they're gonna let preseason play out, see who pops as far as the wide receivers and everything. See what type of levers that they have, and if nobody pops the way that they want them to pop, and nobody's gonna pop to the level of CD Lamb, but if nobody pops the way that they want them to, they're gonna pay him first week.
Yeah, he'll be signed after the Charger game,
which is stupid.
CD Lamb will get signed before Dak.
Yeah, I think.
All right, real quick, guys, have we figured out what's the move going to be?
The move going to be. Oh wait a minute, what happened to?
See how much total it is for a suite and what yard line, what level.
If you like I said, I'll talk to Philip because he might be able to point me in the right direction too. I don't know that they give discounts to Eagles fans, but if you want to start looking in, because you got all the resources and things there.
Maybe service member military discount they do.
Oh, do they?
I don't know.
Well, Leo's definitely got that covered.
Hey man, I always ask. Yeah, Chris, tell him, Chris. I'll be asking.
I'd be asking too. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I asked.
If we can get a plan together, like I said, I can put it in the community tab and we can talk about it and everything else.
Right.
And try and get people that really and truly do want to go and do this. And it might be one of those things that, when I did one game with Cowboys X, I think we ended up having like 25 seats together. One section, which was nice. And when we've done FedEx Field, we've had, one time we had 74 people all in the same section together, which is always fun when you have a group of people that know each other and things like that. And a suite in Dallas, that's one of those things I was like, that'll never happen. That's too much money. Too rich for my blood.
Thing is that, here's the interesting thing is that I was just talking with somebody and just asking questions, particularly from like an ethics perspective about these tickets. If you, I think if you if you have a business meeting, you can actually write it off.
Yeah.
So I'm working right now. I'm trying to figure out if that is in fact is the case. You know what I'm saying?
It don't need to be deep either.
Well,
it don't need to be a deep conversation. You need to ask one question.
Well, here's
and
how
you answer it. That's it.
Here's how
Jameson.
Leo. Here's how you could write off the whole event. There is you're going to Dallas about the Cowboy Blue Strand.
There you go.
That's a business, yeah. You're checking out the whole market and the things to see if it's a viable market and things. Get people's opinion on what you're doing for the business thing. For me, I'm doing YouTube content, so this is part of my business here. So yeah,
right.
Game Time, Brian, you can do the same thing there, too, bro. I'm saying, yeah.
Right. I got. There's a few things that I have to swing around from my end or what have you, but I just figured let me take a chance and make a quick phone call and see if that is, because I remember we just had like a ethics thing we had to complete, and I remember they just said something about that, about if we take certain meetings and stuff like that, what we can do, because we all got expense accounts and shit like that. So it just depends. That's why I was like saying, hey, look, I did this for me. I bought the ticket because it was something that I wanted for me. But now, talking to you guys and listening and everything and thinking about it, I'm just like, let me just find out, see what happens.
Okay.
And that's all. So that's why I was asking, what's the word? What are we gonna do? Because if we're just still trying to figure it out, let me make some more phone calls and see what happens. Maybe next weekend, when we all get on, I might have a better update.
Okay.
Just to see.
Yeah, and like I said, I'll talk to
either that or else you can email Mark and let him know what you're doing.
Right. That's what offline. Yeah, absolutely. But like at least I know from at least right here in this room, I know who to fuck with. You know what I'm saying? So we'll figure it out, Mark.
I'm down.
You don't want me to go?
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to get you to the game. Okay. If I get you to the game, then you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we're gonna win.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no, I'm gonna be there. I don't know if I'm gonna be there in the suite, but I'll be there because unlike Dan Saleo and Philly 500, I show up.
Right.
Earthquake or not.
Okay. Me too. Me too.
But
I will be there, and hopefully 4 times charm.
Oh my God! Wait, if we lose, I'm blaming you, bro. I'm blaming you. Okay. All right, good people. We're going to get on out of here. It is almost 7 o'clock, and I need to cook some dinner. Even though I did make some Manhattan clam chowder earlier before the show, I need something a little more substantial. But I appreciate everybody that's in here. Wade, I will get you your football sent to you. Last night's winner.
I'll message you my address.
Yeah. Norlena Davies got a plaque, and Bobby Beninsky got a shirt. Here's what's funny is we told Bobby he could pick any of the shirts from the Cowboy Jobu shop. Guess what shirt he picked, Leo?
Which one?
And he wants it autographed. The Philly chicken one. Oh, and Leo, when you get there, I'm going to have your Cowboys Mafia shirt.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
What are we doing here? No.
Yes, we're gonna get the one with you and as a cowboy. We'll put your whole head.
Yeah, no. I told you that. I said that. You asked me, and I said no. I told you.
No.
I said that was a terrible.
My gift.
That was a terrible waste of her talent. You really made it?
No, I'm gonna bring you one to the game. It'll be my gift to
you.
He's
trying to save your life, Leo.
Oh, that's fucked up. That is so fucked up. Oh, that is so fucked up. Oh.
Oh, you look, bro.
Your ass back some kind
I'm
of way,
telling
Mark.
you,
I'm gonna get your ass
bro.
back.
You looked good as a cowboy there.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, yes, you did. Yes, you did, Leo.
No.
We're gonna convert you there, man. We're gonna get you there in Texas, and we're gonna have an intervention.
We're gonna bring you a Tyler Guyton jersey.
Oh, or Cooper Beebe one. Yeah, the juggernaut.
Keep messing with me, and I'm gonna invite Drew.
Oh shit! Yeah, you know what? Bring Drew down to Texas. Get him hauled
right there. Angry, you like that, right?
And Drew, so I can argue.
Oh Lordy!
I'm gonna let my dog off the leash.
Look how Cody looking. Cody head just whipped around. What?
Oh Lordy!
Now the Eagles are killing us, and Drew's there. I swear, man. Me and him will be fighting that whole game.
What?
Oh my God, that would be ugly. That would be ugly. Well, I'm going to say I thoroughly enjoyed this live stream here, and I appreciate everybody being here. And we're going to go ahead and end this thing. And we'll be back, of course, next Sunday. This is the last week of preseason, and then cuts are going to be made. And before you know it, 18 days from today, we'll be talking about football. And Leo, I'm curious.
Oh my God, Rhonda's gonna donate $100. Like, you see this shit?
Say what?
She said convert for $100.
For $100?
Yeah. Like, really? Am I that cheap? You don't really think I'm that cheap?
I was gonna say I got some change over here. Okay.
Wow.
Oh
Lordy. 20 zeros at the end of that, Leo.
Well, for all the haters out here, we are leaving. Here's what I got for you, haters.
Shut.
We gonna get high.
Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck-ups to shut.
And I think my shit just...
That was heavy.
Oh, man. I think my shit just...